without a pain. Every word feels the same. You held on, then you slipped. Love was close, then it drifted. Heartbeats fast, then too slow. I tried hard, but you let go. These crashing hearts inside my chest break me more with every step. I'm holding on, you're letting go so slow. These crashing hearts collide tonight, burning out their final light. If love was real, then tell me why we had to say goodbye. Blurred in rain, every road feels the same. I move on, but not far, still chasing who we are. Say your name in the dark, broken trust, broken heart. These crashing hearts won't let me sleep. Every promise cut too deep. I'm standing still, you moved along, but I'm not strong. These crashing hearts fade to black, no way back. This is where our story ends. I remember when salt in the air, dust on the boots, where the desert meets the deep blue. Just breathe. Riding through the dunes where the sage meets the sand at the very edge of the law. When the land got the 808 stumping like the roll of the sea. A lonesome rhythm for a drifter like me. The sun is sinking low in the Pacific grave while I'm drifting on a low frequency wave. Got a heavyweight kick, got a spirit of brine. Watching the horizon and the shoreline entwine. I'm a shadow on the beach, I'm a ghost in the spray. Watching all the landlocked troubles fade away. Got a dusty duster and a heart full of foam. Finding in the rhythm a place to call home. It's that ocean breath, cool and deep. Secrets in the water that the tide's gonna keep. Deep bass knocking, let the shoreline shake. The only kind of peace that a man can't break. Yeah, ocean breath. Are crying out like a lonesome flu. While the 808 is hitting in a rhythm so brewed. I got the bass in my marrow, the salt on my skin, searching for the place where the blue begins. No canyons here, just the canyons of the soul. Watching all the white caps and a frequency roll. I see the lighthouse flickering a mile away, thinking about the choices that I made yesterday. But the kick drum is steady, it's a pulse in the mist. A coastal desperado that shouldn't exist. The silhouettes are dancing where the water is dark, leaving on the wet sand a permanent mark. It's that ocean breath, cool and deep. Secrets in the water that the tide's gonna keep. Deep bass knocking, let the shoreline shake. The only kind of peace that a man can't break. Yeah, ocean breath. Ocean breath. Inhale the mist, exhale the dust. The ocean doesn't judge, it just moves us to the swell. Stay deep. The stars are coming out of the indigo rim. The water's getting quiet, the light is getting dim. The 8 of the weight is fading like the receding tide, with nowhere left to run and nowhere left to hide. I'll disappear into the mist and the gray, leaving only ripples at the end of the day. One last pulse to the base, deep and refined, leaving only salt in the breath behind. Ocean breeze, keep it deep. Cowboy, the tide is coming in.
No fences, no gates, just 300 miles of nothing, and a rhythm that won't quit. Let's ride. The grass is waving like a sea of emerald green, the cleanest air that a lonesome man has ever seen. Got the 808s thumping, shaking up the clover, the kind of heavy rhythm that'll take the spirit over. My shadow in the distance, I'm a speck in the gold, a story of the freedom that'll never be sold. Got a heavyweight kick, got a spirit of lead, watching for the thunderclouds moving overhead. The kick drum is hitting like a hoof on the side, walking in the garden of a long forgotten garden. Got a dusty duster and a mind full of space, leaving every worry and the city in a race. Out in the old field where the wind blows free, a lonesome kind of heaven for a drifter like me. Deep bass knocking, let the horizon shake, the only kind of promise that a man can't break. Yeah. Cathedral blue and silver and white, nowhere for a sinner or a saint to ever hide. I got the bass in my marrow, the salt on my skin, searching for the place where the shadows begin. No sirens out here, just the rhythm of the wind and the heavyweight piece of a light that hasn't sinned. I see the buffalo grazing in a slow motion blur, where the memories of the old and the new would occur. The 808 is steady, it's a pulse in the light, between the golden morning and the velvet of the night. The silhouettes are dancing where the light is so thin, watching where the world ends and the heavens begin. Out in the open fields where the wind blows free, a lonesome kind of heaven for a drifter like me. Deep bass knocking, let the horizon shake, the only kind of promise that a man can't break. Open field, open field. Look at it. You can see tomorrow from here. No walls to stop the bass, no roofs to hide the truth. Just stay in the rhythm and keep moving. The dawn is a silver line cutting through the black, but there ain't no point ever looking back. The 808 is fading like a storm on the plain, washing off the dust and the memory of pain. I'll disappear into the gold and the red, with a heavyweight spirit and a crown on my head. One last pulse of the bass, deep and refined, leaving only distance and the rhythm behind. Out in the open fields, keep it deep. Cowboy, the horizon is the only home I know. Heavy but deep. Cowboy, the horizon is the only home I know. ocean begin. Everything's turning purple now. Just let the water take the dust. Riding on the coastline, where the sage meets the soul. Thinking about the bridges burning, whose it was to fall. Got the 808s thumping like the tide on the rocks. A heavyweight rhythm that the coastline unlocks. I'm a shadow on the dunes with a black leather seat, watching how the salt in the desert trap me. Got a heavyweight kick, got a spirit of brine, tracing out the edge of the horizon line. The sun is sinking low in a watery grave, while I'm drifting on a low frequency wave. I'm a lonesome drifter with a soul made of foam, finding in the rhythm a place to call home. It's the twilight tides rolling in deep, secrets in the water that the ocean's gonna keep. Deep bass knocking, let the shoreline shake. The only kind of peace that a man can't break. Yeah, twilight tides. Yeah, twilight tides. The gulls are crying out like a lonesome flute, while the kick drum is hitting in a rhythm so brute. I got the bass in my marrow, the salt on my skin, thinking about the places where the trouble began. No canyons out here, just the canyons of the soul. Watching all the white caps and the frequencies roll. I see the lighthouse flickering a mile away, thinking about the choices that I made yesterday. The 808 is steady, it's a pulse in the mist, a coastal desperado that shouldn't exist. The silhouettes are dancing where the light is so thin, watching where the world ends and the water begins. It's the twilight tides rolling in deep, secrets in the water that the ocean's gonna keep. Deep bass knocking, let the shoreline shake. The only kind of peace that a man can't break. Yeah, twilight tides. Yeah, twilight tides. The desert is dry, but the ocean is heavy. Let the cold water wash the lead from your hands. Stay deep, stay low. The stars are coming out over the indigo rim. The world is getting quiet, the light is getting dim. The 808 is fading like the receding tide, with nowhere left to run and nowhere left to hide. I'll disappear into the mist and the grave, with the twilight tides leading the way. One last pulse of the bass, deep and refined, leaving only salt and the rhythm behind. Twilight tides. Keep it deep, cowboy. The ocean never sleeps. Yeah, snow 6 feet deep outside, but the hearth is hot, and the bass is heavier, shake the frost off your soul. Leaning on the mantle while the cedar starts to pop, watching all the white flakes finally start to drop. Got the 808s thumping through the heavy timber walls, a lonesome rhythm echoing down the empty halls. I'm a mountain drifter with a wool line coat, riding out the anthem that the winter wind wrote. Got a heavyweight kick, got a spirit of cold, keeping back the shivers of a weary way soul. The kick drum is hitting like a log on the pile. I haven't seen a town or a face for a mile, just me in a shadow and a flicker of the flame, in a land where the winter doesn't even have a name. It's that winter warmth
breathing out the steam. Underneath the textures of a cowboy's dream. I got the bass in my marrow, the whiskey in the glass, watching all the hours and the frequencies pass. No trails in the meadow, no tracks in the white, just a heavyweight piece of a mountainside night. I see the frost creeping on the edge of the pain, while I'm staying dry from the frozen up rain. The 808 is steady, it's a pulse in the dark, leaving on the silence a permanent mark. The silhouettes are dancing where the embers are red, while the world outside is lying cold and dead. It's that winter warmth burning in the chest, putting all the ghosts of the summer to rest. Deep bass knocking, let the cabin walls hum, waiting for the light and the morning to come. Winter warmth. Listen to the wood, it's got a heartbeat. The colder it gets out there, the deeper we go in here. Don't let the fire go out. Stay warm. Stay warm. Stay warm. Stay warm. The dawn is a silver line cutting through the frost, but I'm staying in the shelter where the map is lost. The 808 is fading like the glow of the ash, far away from the hustle and the city light flash out, disappear into the smoke and the white, with the winter warmth sitting on my back tonight. One last pulse of the bass, deep and refined, leaving only embers and the rhythm behind. Went on. Keep it deep. Cowboy. 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 Snow is still falling.
Trail ended the water. Nothing but blue in front and dust behind. Let the salt wash it away. Yeah.
Riding on the dunes where the sage meets the surf, a long way away from the dry valley turf. Got the 808s thumping like the roll of the sea, a lonesome rhythm for a drifter like me. Got a heavyweight kick, got a spirit of brine, tracing out the edges of the shoreline line. The sun is sinking low in a watery grave, while I'm drifting on a low frequency wave. I'm a shadow on the beach, I'm a ghost in the spray, watching all the memories start to fade away. The kick drum is hitting like a heart in the sand, the last desperado in a coastal land. It's those salt air memories, washing on the shore. I don't need the gold or the silver anymore. Deep bass knocking, let the coastline shake, the only kind of peace that a man can't break. Yeah, salt air memories. Are crying out like a lonesome flute, while the 808 is hitting in a rhythm so brute. I got the bass in my marrow, the salt on my skin, thinking about the places where the trouble began. No canyons here, just the canyons of the soul, watching all the white caps and frequencies roll. I see the lighthouse flickering a mile away, thinking about the choices that I made yesterday. But the kick drum is steady, it's a pulse in the mist, a coastal desperado that shouldn't exist. The silhouettes are dancing where the water is dark, leaving on the wet sand a permanent mark. It's those salt air memories, washing on the shore. I don't need the gold or the silver anymore. Deep bass knocking, let the coastline shake. The only kind of peace that a man can't break. Yes, all their memories. Inhale the mist, exhale the dust. The ocean does remember your name, and that's the best part. Just listen to the tide. Stay deep. The stars are coming out over the indigo rim. The world is getting quiet, the light is getting dim. The 808 is fading like the receding tide. With nowhere left to run and nowhere left to hide, I'll disappear into the mist and the gray. With all their memories leading the way. One last pulse of the bass, deep and refined, leaving only bubbles and the rhythm behind. It's all their memories. Keep it deep, Cowboy. The tide is finally in. 808 third. Yeah. The walls are listening. Every word I say comes back twice as heavy. Listen to the echo, riding through the shadows where the sun don't reach. A lonesome sermon that the canyon walls preach. Got the 808s thumping, bouncing off the stone. A heavyweight rhythm on a lonesome throne. Got a dusty duster in a heart full of lead, tracing every step that the outlaws tread. The kick drum is hitting like a gavel in the dust, in a land made of iron and a land made of rust. I'm a shadow with a badge that I keep in my sleeve, giving all the liars a reason to leave. Got a heavyweight pulse, steady and slow, watching how the ripples in the valley floor grow. It's the valley echo, calling from the deep. Secrets in the rock that I'm gonna have to keep. Deep bass knocking, let the canyon walls shake. The only kind of promise that a man can't break. Yeah, valley echo. Yell into the black and I hear it come back. A Richmond reminder of the things that I lack. I got the bass in my marrow, the salt on my skin, searching for the place where the shadows begin. No mercy in the valley, no peace in the sand. Just the weight of the iron and a steady weight. And I see a campfire flickering a mile away, but the echo tells me everything you're gonna say. The 808 is steady, it's a pulse in the night, between the dark shadows and the flickering light. The silhouettes are dancing in a silver blue haze, lost in the rhythm of the valley floor maze. It's the valley echo, calling from the deep. Secrets in the rock that I'm gonna have to keep. Deep bass knocking, let the canyon walls shake. The only kind of promise that a man can't break. Yeah, valley. Valley echo. Did you hear that? The mountain doesn't forget. It just waits for the bass to drop. Stay low.
stay heavy. The dawn is a silver line cutting through the black, but there ain't no point in ever looking back. The 808 is fading like the echo of a shot, giving everything I have and everything I got. I disappear into the rocks and the red, with a heavyweight spirit and a crown on my head. One last pulse of the bass, deep and refined, leaving only echoes and a hunter behind. Valley echo, keep it deep. Cowboy, the canyon never sleeps. They say the stars are just fire. I think they're a map to a place with no law. Look up. Riding through the sage while the galaxy spins, where the earth stops talking and the sky begins. Got the 808s thumping like a pulsar in the chest, bringing heavyweight rhythm to the wild, wild west. I'm a lonesome drifter in a telescope dream, watching how the silver and the frequency gleam. Got a heavyweight kick, got a spirit of chrome, between the dusty trail and the celestial home. The kick drum is hidden like a meteor strike, in a landscape that the city folk would never like. I'm counting up the light years on a leather-bound hand, a cosmos desperado in a cactus land. It's just that starlight theory, hanging in the black, riding toward a nebula and never looking back. Deep bass knocking, let the canyon wall shake, the only kind of freedom that a man can fake. Yeah, starlight theory, let that sub-bass vibrate the Milky Way. Starlight theory, let that sub-bass vibrate the Milky Way. The Milky Way is stretching like a river of salt. Every sin I ever committed wasn't my fault. I got the bass in my marrow, the vacuum in my veins, breaking all the rules and snapping all the chains. No badges in orbit, no laws in the void, just a silhouette dancing with an asteroid. I see the constellations like a brand on the sky, the Big Dipper dipping while the world goes by. The 808 is steady, it's a pulse in the night, between the dark shadows and the flickering light. The silhouettes are dancing on the edge of the rim, watching where the world ends and the heavens begin. It's just that starlight theory, hanging in the black, riding toward the nebula and never looking back. Deep bass knocking, let the canyon wall shake, the only kind of freedom that a man can't fake. Yeah, starlight theory, let that sub-bass vibrate the Milky Way. Yeah, starlight theory, let that sub-bass vibrate the Milky Way. The dust on my boots is the same as the dust in the stars. We're just riding through a giant clock. Can you feel the gravity? Stay deep, stay infinite. The dawn is a thread on the edge of the sky, but I'm still here with a bloodshot eye. The 808 is fading like a signal in the deep, secrets in the cosmos that I'm gonna have to keep. I'll disappear into the rocks and the red, with a heavyweight spirit and a crown on my head. One last pulse of the bass, deep and refined, leaving only starlight and the rhythm behind. Starlight theory, keep it deep. Cowboy, the universe is a wide open range.
sky's just a memory up here, under the branches. The bass finds us home. Riding through the timber where the light is filled with gold. A story of the mountain that is never being told. Got the 808 thumping like a heartbeat in the wood, vibrating through the spirit like only rhythm could. Got a heavyweight kick, got a spirit of moss, counting up the gain and forgetting every loss. The canopy is thick, a ceiling made of leaves, hiding all the secrets that the forest wind weaves. I'm a lonesome rider in a temple made of pine, tracing out the edges of a different kind of line. Got a dusty duster in a mind full of peace, watching all the static of the city finally cease. Under the quiet canopy, even a wide canopy, deep in the shade where the debts of the valley are finally paid. Deep bass knocking, let the timber vibrate. The world is getting quiet, but the rhythm is great. Quiet canopy. The ferns are bowing low as the charcoal doors go by, underneath the shelter of a hidden mountain sky. Got the bass in my marrow, the sap on my hands, thinking about the beauty of the long forgotten lands. No sirens out here, just the rhythm of the creek and the heavyweight textures that the outlaws seek. I see the elk moving in a slow motion blur, where the memories of the old world and the new world occur. The 808 is steady as a pulse in the night, between the dark shadows and the flickering light. The silhouettes are dancing where the needles hit the floor, waiting for the silence to open up the door. Under the quiet canopy, deep in the shade where the debts of the valley are finally paid. Deep bass knocking, let the timber vibrate. The world is getting quiet, but the rhythm is great. Look up. Layers are breathing for you. It's a different kind of law up here. The trees don't talk, but they hear the bass. Stay deep. The dawn is just a rumor on the edge of the sky, but I'm staying in the shelter where the eagles fly. The 808 is fading like a storm on a ridge, burning every map and burning every bridge. I'll disappear into the green and the black with the quiet canopy sitting on my back. One last pulse of the bass deep and refined, leaving only shadows and the rhythm behind. Quiet canopy. Keep it deep, cowboy. The forest is finally still.
Yo. Shadows dancing on the floorboard, just me, the dust and the breeze. Feel that low wind, like a ghost in the hallway. Sitting on a chair that's older than the town, watching as the golden sun starts to settle down. Got the 808s thumping through the mesh in the wire, a heavyweight rhythm that'll never expire. The curtains are swaying like a slow motion dance, while I'm lost in the middle of a desert trap trance. Got a heavyweight kick, got a spirit of pine, tracing out the edges of the horizon line. The kick drum is hitting like a heart in the wall, echoing softly down the empty room hall. I'm a lonesome drifter with a soul made of cedar, a low frequency king and a midnight leader. Is the wind through the screen, whispering low, secrets in the dust that the city won't know. Deep bass knocking, let the foundation shake. In a hollow built house, I'm the one they can't break. Yeah, wind through the screen. Yeah, through the screen. Yeah, the sky is turning indigo, the light is getting thin, letting all the cool of the evening roll in. I got the bass in my marrow, the soot on my hands, thinking about the stories of the long forgotten lands. No sirens out here, just the rhythm of the screen and the heavyweight textures of a cowboy's dream. I see them all circling the porch like glow, watching how the ripples and the frequencies go. The 808 is steady, it's a pulse in the night, between the dark shadows and the flickering light. The silhouettes are dancing on the peeling paint wall, waiting for the silence to finally call. It's the wind through the screen, whispering low, secrets in the dust that the city won't know. Deep bass knocking, let the foundation shake. In a hollow built house, I'm the one they can't break. Yeah, wind through the screen. Yeah, through the screen. Listen to the man, it's filtering the world. Everything bad stays outside, everything good is right here in the low end. Just breathe. The stars are coming out over the indigo rim. The world is getting quiet, the light is getting dim. The 808 is fading like a storm on a plane, washing off the dust and the memory of pain. I'll disappear into the porch shadow black, with the wind through the screen sitting on my back. One last pulse of the bass, deep and refined, leaving only shadows and the rhythm behind. The wind through the screen. Keep it deep. Cowboy. The house is finally still. But the storm stays put, hard as iron, smooth as sail, let it flow over you. Slow. Sitting by the bank where the current is wide, watching all the secrets of the valley slide. Got the 808s thumping like the heart of the ground, the only bit of truth that I ever found. I'm a river stone sitting in the silver and cold, a story of the mountain that'll never be told. Got a heavyweight rhythm, steady and slow, watching all the muddy water troubles go. The kick drum is hitting like a pulse in the mud, vibrating the spirit and the outlaw blood. I'm a lonesome drifter on a shoreline seat, finding all the balance in the desert traffic. I'm a river stone, solid and deep, the kind of silence that the canyon's gonna keep. Deep bass knocking, let the foundation shake. In a world of water, I'm the one that can't break. Yeah, river stone. The sky's turning purple and the light is getting low, watching how the ripples and the frequencies go. I got the bass in my marrow, the chill in my veins, breaking all the rules and snapping all the chains. No sirens out here, just the sound of the stream and the heavyweight texture of a cowboy's dream. I see the crowd jumping in the pale moonlight. I'm the king of the silence, the lord of the night. The 808 is steady, it's a pulse in the night.
between the dark shadows and the flickering light. The silhouettes are dancing on the edge of the rim, watching where the world ends and the heavens begin. I'm a river stone, solid and deep, the kind of silence that the canyon's gonna keep. Deep bass knocking, let the foundation shake. In a world of water, I'm the one they can't break. Yeah, river stone.
These real something should I show. These real something should I show.
Don't fight the current, just sink to the bottom. The deeper you go, the quieter it gets. Stay heavy, stay still. The dawn is a silver line cutting through the black, but there ain't no point in ever looking back. The 808 is fading like the echo of the flow, letting all the memory and the sorrow go. I'll disappear into the rock and the red, with a heavyweight spirit and a crown on my head. One last pulse of the bass, deep and refined, leaving only water and the stone bind.
River stone, keep it deep, cowboy. The water is all wet. Keep it deep, cowboy. The water's always moving.
Yeah. Everything changes when the sun goes down. The desert wakes up. And the petals open. Watch them bloom.
The heat of the day is a ghost in the sand. The silver is spreading all over the land. Got the 808s thumping like a heart in the brush, a heavyweight rhythm in the midnight hush. I'm sitting on a ridge where the shadows are deep, watching the world while the cattlemen sleep. Got a heavyweight kick, got a spirit of flint, catching the moon in a pale white glint. The moonflower's opening, soft and refined, leaving the stress of the city behind. I'm a lonesome rider with a subwoofer soul, watching the petals and the frequencies roll. It's that moonflower bloom, white as a bone, the king of the night on a sandstone throne. Deep bass knocking, let the canyon vibrate. The sun is a memory, the rhythm is great. Yeah, moonflower bloom. The stars are like diamonds on a dark velvet vest, putting the worries of the morning to rest. I got the bass in my marrow, the chill in my veins, breaking the locks and the heavyweight chains. No sirens out here, just the sound of the owl and the rhythmic beat of the midnight prowl. I see the petals stretching out to the light of a giant moon hanging heavy and bright. The 808 is steady, it's a pulse in the night, between the dark shadows and the flickering light. The silhouettes are dancing in a silver blue haze, lost in the rhythm of the moonflower craze. It's that moonflower bloom, white as the bone, a king of the night on a sandstone throne. Deep bass knocking, let the canyon vibrate. The sun is a memory, the rhythm is great. Yeah, moonflower bloom.
They only open for the dark. They only breathe when it's cold. Be like the flower, wait for your moment. The night belongs to us. The dawn is a silver line cutting the black, but there ain't no point in never looking back. The 808 is fading like the scent of the flower, washing away in the morning hour. I'll disappear into the rocks and the red, with a heavyweight spirit and a crown on my head. One last pulse of the bass, deep and refined, leaving only moonlight and the rhythm behind. Moonflower bloom, keep it deep, cowboy. The sun is coming up. Yeah. As far as the eye can see, no fences, no limits, just that thin blue line, let's chase it. I'm staring at the edge where the earth meets the sky, a mirror for the soul and a gleam in the eye. Got the 808s thumping like a drum in the clay, vibrating the spirit at the end of the day. Got 100 miles behind me and 1,000 to go, watching all the colors of the evening grow. The kick drum is hitting like a pulse in the sand, the heartbeat of a lonesome and a beautiful land. I'm a shadow in the saddle, I'm a ghost on the run, running from the moonlight and chasing the sun. Got a heavyweight rhythm, steady and slow, heading for the places where the wildflower. I'm reaching for the horizon line, far and wide, with the spirit of the frontier hitching a ride. Deep bass knocking, let the canyon vibrate. The world is getting small, but the rhythm is great. Yeah, horizon line. Yeah, horizon line. The Joshua trees are pointing to the great unknown, the king of the distance on a tumbleweed throne. I got the bass in my marrow, the chill in my veins, breaking all the rules and snapping all the chains. No signs of the city, no digital noise, just the balance of the desert and a cowboy's poise. I see the eagle circling high in the blue, searching for a truth that is honest and true. The 808 is steady, it's a pulse in the night, between the dark shadows and the flickering light. The silhouettes are dancing where the light is so thin, watching where the world ends and the heavens begin. I'm reaching for the rising line, far and wide, with the spirit of the frontier hitching a ride. Deep bass knocking, let the canyon vibrate. The world is getting small, but the rhythm is great. Yeah, horizon line. Yeah, horizon line. You can never actually reach it. It just keeps moving. But that's the point, isn't it? The journey is the low end. The destination is the goals. Keep riding. The stars are coming out over the indigo rim. The world is getting quiet, the light is getting dim. The 808 is fading like a storm on a plane, washing off the dust and the memory of pain. I'll disappear into the purple and the black, with the horizon line sitting on my back. One last pulse of the bass, deep and
leaving only distance and the rhythm behind. It's time to rise in line. Keep it deep. Cowboy. It's always just ahead. The dust was getting too thick. The sky finally broke open. Listen to that beat. It's a bliss. It's a bliss. Cloud moving in like a dark gray hair. Valley gone quiet, not a single word. I'm sitting on the porch while the woods start to creep. Watching the lightning dance peak to peak. Got the 808s thumping like the thunder's twin. Opening the door, letting the cool air in. Got a heavyweight rhythm, steady and slow. Watching the steam from the desert flow grow. The kick drum is hitting like a drop on the hat. Nothing in the world feels quite like that. I'm a lonesome rider with a spirit to wash. In the middle of the storm, and the heavyweight slides. In the middle of the storm, heavyweight slides, heavyweight slides. It's that summer rain rhythm, falling on the range. Washing off the old, making room for the change. Deep bass knocking, let the canyon walls hum. Waiting for the heat and the morning to come. Yeah, summer rain rhythm. Let the summer rain rhythm. The horses are standing with their heads held low. Watching the silver streak water start to flow. I got the bass in my mouth, roll the rain on my skin. Searching for the place where the shadows begin. No dust in the vision, no heat in the air. Just the smell of the sage and a moment of prayer. I see the flash in the distance, a crack in the dark. Leaving on the indigo a permanent mark. The 808 is steady, it's a pulse in the mud. Moving through the valley like a slow motion flood. The silhouettes are dancing where the light is so gray. Wishing that the storm would just decide to stay. It's that summer rain rhythm, falling on the range. Washing off the old, making room for the change. Deep bass knocking, let the canyon walls hum. Waiting for the heat and the morning to come. Yeah, summer rain rhythm. Close your eye. Can you hear it hitting the 10? Nature's got its own metronome. The desert was thirsty, and so was I. Just let it fall. The storm is moving on to the east side rim. The world is getting quiet, the light is getting dim. The 808 is fading like the echo of the rain. Washing off the dust and the memory of pain. I'll disappear into the cool and the black with the summer rain rhythm sitting on my back. One last pulse of the bass, deep and refined, leaving only water and the rhythm behind. Summer rain rhythm. Keep it deep, cowboy. The earth is finally cool. Everything's quiet up here. The air is thin. The bass is thick. Just breathe it in.
sky meets the ground. Silence so heavy, it's the only real sound. Got the 808s thumping like a giant in his sleep, vibrating the secrets that the ancient rocks keep. I'm 1,000 feet up in the high desert air, with the dust in my lungs and the wind in my hair. Got a heavyweight rhythm, steady and slow, watching all the chaos in the valley below. The kick drum is hitting like a heart in the stone. A lonesome rider on a high-altitude throne. Got a dusty bandana and a spirit so still, watching the shadows crawl over the hill. Is that high desert calm, wide and deep? He promised in the canyon that I'm gonna have to keep deep bass knocking, let the horizon shake. The only kind of silence that a man can't break. Yeah, how does it come? Yeah, how does it come? Yeah, how does it come? Yeah. The Joshua trees look like ghosts in the grave, waiting for the sun to just wither away. I got the bass in my marrow, the chill in my veins, breaking all the rules and snapping all the chains. No sirens, no signals, no digital glare, just a taste of the cedar and the cold mountain air. I see the eagle circling high in the blue, searching for a truth that is honest and true. I'm leaning on the fence of a forgotten ranch, like a bird sitting still on a weathered old branch. The silhouettes are dancing where the light is so thin, watching where the world ends and the heavens begin. Is that high desert calm, wide and deep? A promise in the canyon that I'm gonna have to keep. Deep bass knocking, let the horizon shake. The only kind of silence that a man can't break. Yeah, how does it come? Yeah, how does it come? Yeah, how does it come? Close your eyes. The desert is a mirror. There's no law up here except the gravity. Feel the weight. Stay calm. Stars are coming out over the indigo rim. The world is getting quiet, the light is getting dim. The 808 is fading like a storm on the plain, washing off the dust and the memory of pain. I'll disappear into the purple and the black, with the high desert spirit sitting on my back. One last pulse of the bass, deep and refined, leaving only peace in the desert behind. High desert calm.